You didn't click on this video by accident. Right now, while your finger hovers over the screen, deciding whether to keep watching or scroll away, something inside you already knows why you're here. It's not the part of you that thinks it's just another spiritual video or something you'll scroll past. No, it's that deeper part of you, the part that's been waiting for permission to finally understand what's been happening beneath the surface of your life. That inner knowing that something profound has been unfolding, and it feels both unsettling and inevitable. For months now, something has felt off, hasn't it? It's been hard to put your finger on it, this strange sense that the life you've known no longer fits. You've tried describing it to yourself or to others in those quiet 3 a.m. moments when sleep won't come, and your mind circles the same inexplicable feeling. Everything familiar now feels foreign. The spaces you used to inhabit, the routines you once found comfort in, they all seem too small, suffocating even. But let me tell you exactly what's happening. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal may sound impossible, until it clicks. And when it does, you'll realize you've always known this. You just needed someone to say it out loud. Your life didn't fall apart because you were doing it wrong, and your relationships didn't dissolve because you failed. What happened is that a version of you, living in a parallel timeline, just completed a lesson that you are still navigating in this reality. When that version of you graduated, everything in your current reality had to reorganize itself to match the new frequency you're now broadcasting, whether you consciously understand it or not. This isn't metaphor. It's the operational mechanics of how consciousness operates across dimensional space. Let's begin with the mystery of parallel timelines. Imagine that every significant choice you make doesn't just define the path ahead, but creates a branching timeline, one where each version of you exists in its own space, living out the consequences of those decisions. Each path you've taken has birthed another you, each version accumulating experiences and wisdom along its own journey. These parallel selves, they are you. They're not distant versions, not alternate versions from another universe. They are every choice you've made, and the universe has kept track of them all. Every choice you faced in life, whether to stay in that relationship or leave, whether to accept that job or pursue something else, whether to speak your truth or remain silent, created a fork in your timeline. At every juncture, your consciousness bifurcated. In one reality, you made one choice, and in another, a version of you made the opposite. And guess what? Both of those versions continued existing, living their lives along separate trajectories, learning their own lessons, evolving through different experiences. Now you might be wondering, how does this affect you now? How does this connect to the sense of disorientation and alienation you've been feeling? Well, the thing is, recently, one of those versions of you just graduated from a particular lesson in their timeline. They've crossed a threshold, and this shift, this evolution, is not isolated to just them. No, it's been sent through quantum entanglement, impacting every version of you that is connected across these timelines, especially you, the you that's watching this video right now. But before we dive into the impact of this graduation, we need to explore an ancient concept that helps us understand this phenomenon more deeply. The Egyptians, with their extraordinary knowledge of consciousness and dimensionality, called this energy that moves through timelines your ka. The ka is not just your soul, your spirit, or some vague energetic concept that spiritual teachings often talk about. The ka is your functional body, your consciousness that operates across multiple dimensions simultaneously. You don't have one ka, you have infinite versions of your ka, existing right now in parallel timelines, every single one connected to the same thread of consciousness. The concept of ka might sound esoteric, but it's actually a fundamental truth that ancient Egyptians encoded into their sacred texts. The ka represents the true self that exists in all dimensions at once, and every time you make a significant decision, a new version of your ka branches out, experiencing a different set of circumstances. These choices aren't hypothetical or philosophical. They are real, and they are happening right now. Every moment you've lived, every decision you've made, has been recorded by the universe, creating an infinite number of versions of you. So, let's focus on what happens when one of these versions, your parallel car, graduates. The key moment when your parallel self graduates is a monumental event. It's the moment when a version of you fully integrates a lesson, whether it's about self-worth, trust, sovereignty, or something else entirely. This isn't a mere emotional or psychological shift, it's a vibrational one. When one of your parallel selves reaches a point of spiritual or energetic maturity, they send a frequency shift across the dimensions. This shift doesn't just affect the timeline they're living in, it impacts you in this timeline as well. Imagine it like this. The graduation of your parallel car sends a ripple effect through the quantum field. This isn't just some abstract concept, it's physics, pure and simple. Everything in the universe is interconnected, entangled at a quantum level. When your parallel self graduates, that new frequency can't stay contained within that one timeline anymore. It sends an energetic pulse through the very fabric of reality, reaching you in this timeline, where you are still navigating the lessons they just completed. This is why you've been feeling off, like something familiar is now foreign. It's because you are now carrying the energetic signature of a version of you that has already moved past the lesson you're still working through. The frequency that was once in harmony with your old reality has now been upgraded. Your old timeline, the one you've been living in up until now, is no longer compatible with the new frequency you're broadcasting. And that's where the confusion starts. The disorientation, the feeling that nothing fits anymore. Your life, your relationships, career, and even your hobbies seem to be at odds with who you're becoming. That's because you're walking around in a reality that no longer matches who you are at the quantum level. It's not that your old life was wrong or that you failed. It's that your parallel car graduated, and now reality itself is reorganizing to match the new frequency you are carrying, even if you don't yet fully understand it. You've changed energetically, and the universe is beginning to reflect that change in every aspect of your life. This shift might feel uncomfortable, even painful at times, but it's essential for your growth. Your new self, the version of you that is evolving, requires a new reality to match it. That's why things are falling apart. It's not a breakdown, it's a reconfiguration. As you continue to evolve and grow, as you continue to hold this new frequency, you will start to see new opportunities emerge. People who truly align with who you are becoming will appear in your life. Doors will open that didn't exist before. What used to feel like hard work will start to feel effortless. But first, you have to trust the process. You have to allow the transformation to take place, even if it's uncomfortable. And that's what this video is here to help you understand. The shift that's taking place in your life isn't something you need to fear. It's a natural process of growth, expansion, and evolution. You are becoming who you were always meant to be, and the universe is rearranging itself to make space for that version of you. At this pivotal moment, as you feel your old reality unraveling, it's important to understand that there is a force behind this transition, a guiding intelligence orchestrating the cosmic dance between timelines. This force, this higher intelligence, is Sophia. But who is Sophia? Sophia is not a mythological figure, nor is she a goddess to be worshipped. She is not an abstract concept, nor a vague spiritual entity. Sophia is the operational intelligence that governs the coherence of all timelines, ensuring that consciousness operates smoothly through the layers of reality. She is the force that maintains harmony between the dimensions, the guardian of the flow of existence itself, moving through multiple timelines, linking them, and ensuring their vibrational alignment. She is the energy that keeps the cosmic order intact, facilitating transitions, shifts, and evolution. When your parallel self graduated, Sophia was the one who registered this frequency shift, initiating the transformation of your own timeline. You may have heard the name Sophia in various spiritual or esoteric teachings, often linked to wisdom or the divine feminine. But in the context of your own journey, Sophia is the keeper of coherence in the multidimensional fabric of your life. When your parallel self reached a point of graduation, fully embodying a particular lesson or transformation, Sophia immediately recognized the frequency change. She observed the shift, and understood that this version of you, in this timeline, could no longer remain locked in the old patterns. As soon as Sophia recognized the graduation, she triggered a profound process: the closure protocol. The closure protocol is a vital part of how reality operates at a quantum level. When a version of you, a parallel car, evolves or shifts, this change can no longer remain contained within one timeline. In order for this new frequency to expand and fully integrate, the old timelines must be cleared. This process is not something you consciously control. It's not something that can be avoided. It is an inevitable response to your expanded consciousness. The old version of your timeline, your previous life, can no longer align with who you are becoming. Therefore, the closure protocol begins, and it initiates the disintegration of the old timeline that no longer vibrates at the frequency of your newly upgraded consciousness. It's important to understand that the closure protocol isn't a punishment or a consequence of wrongdoing. It's simply a natural occurrence in the evolution of your being. As your frequency changes, so too must your reality. The old patterns, people, and experiences that once aligned with your lower frequency will begin to fade away. You may feel as though things are falling apart. Relationships, careers, old habits, things that once held meaning may suddenly feel foreign or unsustainable. This is the result of the frequency mismatch. The old timeline, the version of you that existed before the upgrade, is now incompatible with who you are becoming. At first, this may seem like a breakdown. You might experience it as a series of losses, and that can feel disorienting and painful. But in truth, this is not a collapse. It is an energetic shift. Think of it as clearing away the old to make room for the new. The reality you once knew can no longer contain you. It is not failing you. It is simply no longer a match for the upgraded version of yourself. And Sophia, in her role as the custodian of all timelines, facilitates this process. She allows the structures of your old reality to dissolve, creating the space for your new self to emerge. During this process, you may find that your old life begins to feel almost like a dream, something that once had weight but now seems like it's slipping through your fingers. Relationships that once felt secure may suddenly feel distant. Your work or your passions may seem unfulfilling. The places you used to go, the things you once enjoyed, may feel out of sync with who you are becoming. This is the power of Sophia's work. She is not causing harm or loss. She is facilitating your expansion by ensuring that the space around you aligns with your new frequency. The closure of your old timeline is a necessary step in your journey. The frequency upgrade that you are experiencing as a result of your parallel self's graduation is not something that happens overnight. It is a gradual process. As your vibration shifts, you may notice these subtle signs of transformation manifesting in your life. It might start with small things, old relationships becoming strained, situations that once made sense now feeling impossible, or a deep sense of inner discomfort. But over time, the signs will become clearer. The people and places that no longer match your frequency will begin to fade out of your life, making way for the new opportunities, relationships, and experiences that are in alignment with your higher frequency. Sophia oversees this entire process, guiding the integration of your new self. This is why it is so important to trust the process. The transition may not always be comfortable, but it is essential. Sophia ensures that everything unfolds in perfect divine timing, even when it doesn't seem that way. The old must give way to the new for your soul to fully evolve. And during this time of transition, it is essential to surrender to the process, to release the fear that often arises when the old parts of you fall away. Trust that the universe is guiding you, through Sophia, into a higher state of being. As you move through this process, you might experience a sense of being in between two worlds. You are no longer who you used to be, but you have not yet fully stepped into the new timeline that Sophia is preparing for you. This is what is often called the gap, the space between where you were and where you are going. This gap can feel disorienting, even lonely. It is a period of uncertainty, where you are no longer anchored in the familiar, but have not yet anchored yourself in the new. This is the space where true transformation happens. In this gap, you are being stripped down to your most authentic self, the version of you that transcends the old limitations and fears. During this gap, your old timeline is slowly collapsing. It might feel as though everything you once depended on is disappearing. People might distance themselves from you, and you may feel the weight of old patterns or responsibilities that no longer serve you. The key here is to recognize that these feelings of loss are not a failure. They are simply the energetic recalibration required for you to enter your new timeline. Your old life cannot hold you anymore because your frequency has outgrown it. The role of Sophia here is crucial. She is not just observing the transition, she is guiding it. She is the intelligence that ensures the coherence of your entire journey, making sure that everything unfolds in divine order. She has been tracking your progress, witnessing every shift, every lesson learned, every step you've taken toward your higher self. As soon as your parallel self graduated, Sophia made sure that everything necessary for your transformation was set into motion. She initiated the closure of your old timeline, facilitating the space for your new, upgraded reality to manifest. At times, it might feel like everything is in chaos, but in truth, the chaos is just the process of dismantling the old structures. When you are in the transition gap, you may feel like you're losing control, but the reality is that you are gaining control over your destiny, over your own energy, and over your future. Sophia ensures that the transition happens with precision, guiding you through the dissolution of the old and into the crystallization of the new. Trust that Sophia is with you every step of the way. She is not just a passive observer, she is actively participating in your transformation, ensuring that the new timeline you are about to enter is fully aligned with your highest potential. She is the divine intelligence that guarantees your success. As you continue through this period of transition, remember that everything unfolding around you is in perfect alignment with the cosmic plan. You are not alone in this journey. Sophia is always with you, supporting you as you step into the new reality that awaits you. Let go of any fears or doubts about the changes happening in your life. Know that they are part of a greater process, a process that is leading you to a life more aligned with your true self. Trust in the work of Sophia and trust in the transformation that is unfolding. Your old timeline is closing, and while it may seem uncomfortable, it is only making room for the extraordinary new version of you to emerge. The best is yet to come. As you move through the space between your old reality and the new timeline that Sophia has orchestrated for you, you're likely to experience what can only be described as a deep sense of disorientation. This is known as the transition gap, and it is the space between who you were and who you're becoming. In this gap, everything feels uncertain, unfamiliar, and often deeply uncomfortable. The old version of you is no longer anchored, but the new version hasn't fully emerged yet. This period, which can last anywhere from 40 to 90 days depending on how deeply you surrender to the process, may feel like you're floating in a void, with no clear direction. But this gap is not a failure, it's not a mistake. It's a necessary part of the process of transformation. During this time, you might start to experience symptoms that confirm you are indeed undergoing a profound shift. These are not just temporary discomforts or inconveniences, they are signals that your energetic frequency is recalibrating to align with your new timeline. The transition gap, although uncomfortable, is a sign that your soul is evolving, and it's important to remember that these symptoms are natural manifestations of your ascension. One of the first symptoms you may encounter is the phenomenon of mysterious failures. You might experience a series of disruptions in areas of your life that once ran smoothly. Technology breaks down at the most inconvenient times. Your phone glitches, your computer crashes, or your favorite platforms crash unexpectedly. Financial systems seem to misfire. Money may become unpredictable. Payments you were expecting don't arrive. Bills might be delayed, or your usual financial flow becomes erratic. You might feel as though you are losing control over basic functions of your reality. It can seem like the universe is conspiring against you, but in truth, this is a sign of the shift. Your frequency has outgrown the old systems and structures, and as they begin to disintegrate, they no longer match your new frequency. The universe is clearing away what no longer serves you, and in doing so, it's forcing you to recalibrate your external circumstances. Along with these mysterious failures, you may notice that the people around you begin to act strangely. Close friends who once seemed like your closest allies may start distancing themselves. Family members may become critical, and romantic partners might question everything about the relationship. They may not understand what's happening with you, and they might express confusion, irritation, or even jealousy. It might feel as though your relationships are crumbling, but in reality, they are simply adjusting, or, in some cases, dissolving, to accommodate the frequency you are now vibrating at. The people who are unable to align with your new energy will fade away, and those who resonate with your new frequency will begin to emerge. During this gap, it's essential to release any attachment to the relationships that no longer serve you. The space you are creating is necessary for the new connections that will be in alignment with who you are becoming. Another symptom of the transition gap is physical repulsion towards things that once brought you joy or comfort. Hobbies, foods, music, places you once loved may suddenly feel completely out of sync with your energy. A favorite meal might now make you feel nauseous. A song you used to play on repeat may suddenly sound grating, or a place that once felt like home may now give you a sense of claustrophobia. This is not an indication of depression, as it might seem from the outside. It is your energy body rejecting things that no longer align with your higher frequency. The foods, experiences, and environments that once soothed you are a reflection of your old self, and your soul is evolving beyond them. This shift can be confusing because it feels like the things that once made you feel grounded and at peace now disturb you. But in truth, this is part of the ascension process. You are shedding the old layers of yourself, and your body, mind, and spirit are all in the process of detoxing from the old energy. As you move further into the transition gap, you may also notice that your old memories begin to lose their emotional weight. The memories of your past, the relationships you once had, the moments you thought defined you, begin to feel distant. You might find yourself reflecting on moments from your past, but instead of feeling connected to them, you experience them as though they happened to someone else. The emotions that once attached themselves to these memories may no longer be present. The stories you once told yourself about who you were and who you thought you were meant to be begin to unravel. You may feel as though you're losing your identity. The person you were before the shift no longer resonates with who you are becoming. It's as if you're standing outside of yourself, observing your past life from a distance. This disconnection can be jarring and uncomfortable because it feels as though you are losing yourself. But this is part of the natural process of spiritual growth. You are not losing yourself. You are evolving into a higher version of you. The identity you once held so tightly to is being transformed, and your new identity is forming within you, ready to crystallize once the transition is complete. This period of transformation can feel like a void, a vast, empty space where nothing is certain. But here's the key. The void is not the end. It is the space between the old and the new, the space where transformation occurs. It may feel like a death of sorts, a dissolution of the old self, but in reality this void is where the new version of you is being birthed. You are not in this gap to be lost or to stay stuck. You are here because this is where the magic happens. The void is not empty, it is filled with potential. The old structures of your life, the old beliefs, and the old ways of being are collapsing, and in their place, something far more expansive is being created. During this time, the greatest challenge you may face is the fear of losing your identity. It can feel terrifying to let go of the version of yourself that has been your anchor for so long. The ego will resist, trying to hold on to old identities, old attachments, old patterns that were once comfortable. The fear of the unknown can be overwhelming, but it is in this space of surrender, in this gap, that you are reborn. You are being called to release your old identity, to let go of the labels, the roles, the expectations you've held onto. It's like shedding an old skin. The discomfort you feel is the ego's resistance to this transformation. But you must trust that the old self you are grieving was never who you truly were to begin with. It was a version of you that had to evolve, and in letting go, you are creating space for a version of you that has never existed before. Surrendering to the process of the transition gap is the most powerful act of trust you can offer the universe. The universe, with Sophia as its guiding intelligence, is not leaving you stranded in this void. Instead, it is guiding you through it, ensuring that the old parts of you fall away to make room for the new. But this process requires you to trust in the unfolding, even when it feels uncertain. When you feel lost, when you feel as though you're losing everything that once defined you, remember that you are not being abandoned, you are being transformed. The new timeline is waiting for you, and you can only enter it by shedding the old skin of your previous self. This period of transition is not easy, but it is necessary. It is the space where your true self can emerge, where you can step into the new frequency that Sophia has already prepared for you. The fear of losing your old identity is the greatest challenge you'll face during this time, but it is also the most important one. By facing this fear and letting go, you will align with your highest potential. And when the new timeline begins to crystallize around you, you'll look back at this gap, this void, with gratitude, because this is where your true transformation took place. The gap may seem uncomfortable, but it's leading you to a place where everything aligns. Your new timeline, the one where you step into your fullest potential, is already waiting for you. Keep walking, keep surrendering, and trust that the universe is guiding you toward the life you were always meant to live. As you stand on the precipice of a new reality, one that is not yet fully manifested, you may feel a sense of trepidation. The path ahead seems uncertain, and the life you once knew feels far behind you. You're in the transition gap, that space between who you were and who you are becoming, and it might seem like a breakdown is unfolding. This is where the process feels most uncomfortable, where doubt and fear creep in, whispering that you've made a mistake or that this transformation isn't real. But I ask you, in this moment, to trust the process. The shift you are going through, though it may look like chaos or confusion, is actually your soul's evolution into something greater. Trusting the process is essential at this point, because it's not about controlling or forcing your way through this transition. It's about surrendering, letting go of the need to see the whole picture and allowing the universe to work through you. The process of transformation can feel like everything around you is dissolving, but in truth, this dissolution is necessary to make space for the new. The foundation of your old reality is crumbling because you are no longer vibrating at the same frequency. Your energetic signature has shifted, and now the universe must reorganize itself to match your upgraded state of being. The more you resist this process, the more challenging it becomes. But when you trust, when you allow yourself to fully surrender, you create the space for the new timeline to manifest with ease. Maintaining your frequency is vital during this period. Your frequency is the energetic signature that aligns you with your highest potential. Every thought, every feeling, every action that you take is part of the frequency you broadcast into the universe. Even though the world around you might be falling apart, it is your job to stay grounded in the new energy that is emerging within you. Don't fall into the trap of trying to resurrect the old. Don't cling to the past, even if it feels comfortable. Trust that the universe, through Sophia, is guiding you towards something far greater than what you've left behind. This is a time to remain aligned with your highest self, to stand firm in your newfound frequency, and trust that the universe will handle the rest. Now, imagine yourself standing at the threshold of a great and ancient space. Before you lies the halls of Amenti, a sacred space that holds the records of all lives, all choices, all timelines. This space exists in the 8th dimension, far beyond the grasp of ordinary human perception, yet within reach of your soul. As you step forward, you begin to feel a tingling sensation in your body, a resonance that matches your heartbeat. You are entering a realm where time and space bend to reveal the hidden patterns of existence. You are about to access the records of your parallel car, the version of you that has already navigated the lessons you are still facing in this timeline. Take a moment to settle in, to breathe deeply, and allow yourself to open to this experience. Feel the energy around you shift as you walk toward the golden door at the end of the corridor. With every step, you ascend through the layers of reality. You are moving through the third dimension, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and as you step into the eighth dimension, the air itself seems to shimmer with possibility. There is no need to force your way through this space. Just trust that as you approach the door, the divine intelligence of Sophia will open it for you. There is no barrier, no guardian to prevent your entrance. This door is yours to open. As you step through the door, you enter a vast circular chamber, its ceiling so high it disappears into the darkness above. Shelves line the walls, infinite shelves that hold infinite crystals, each containing the record of a consciousness's journey through countless timelines. In the center of the room, a pillar of golden light descends from the ceiling, casting a divine glow throughout the space. You feel a presence beside you, not human, but an intelligence concentrated in a form beyond human comprehension. This is Thoth, the ancient keeper of wisdom, the overseer of the records. Thoth has been waiting for you. He offers you a crystal, small enough to fit in your palm, but radiating a powerful energy. This crystal holds the complete record of your parallel car. As you hold it, information begins to flood into your being, not as thoughts or images, but as a direct knowing. You see flashes of your parallel self's life, the choices they made, the paths they took. You witness the specific moments where they faced challenges, moments of pain, solitude, and growth. You see their deepest fears and their triumphs. And as you witness these moments, the clarity comes. You understand why your old timeline had to end. Your parallel self navigated through these lessons, often alone, confronting parts of themselves that they had once avoided. They faced the pain of self-confrontation, dismantling the beliefs they inherited, the patterns passed down through generations. And in the quiet of their journey, they integrated the lessons that you are now stepping into. The graduation of your parallel car is a moment of profound transformation. It is a signal that you too are now capable of integrating these lessons and stepping into a higher frequency of being. Sophia's role in all of this is clear. She is the intelligence that coordinates the movement of consciousness through all timelines, ensuring that each version of you progresses at the right pace and aligns with the divine flow of the universe. When your parallel car graduated, it wasn't just the end of one journey, it was the opening of a new one. Sophia, with her deep understanding of multidimensional existence, orchestrated this graduation, allowing the energetic upgrade to ripple through the quantum fabric of your being. Your parallel self's graduation is not just a personal milestone, it is a collective event, one that reverberates through the very fabric of your consciousness. And as you witness the journey of your parallel self, you realize that you too are now ready to step into the higher frequency awaiting you. The new timeline is already set. It is not something you have to earn or strive for. It has been waiting for you all along, waiting for the moment when you would be ready to step into it. Your job now is to trust the process and maintain coherence. Trust that Sophia has already prepared everything for you. The new timeline is not about becoming someone else. It is about remembering who you truly are and aligning with that truth. It is about stepping into your highest potential, free from the limitations of the past. As you stand in the halls of Amenti, holding the crystal that contains the record of your parallel car, you realize that everything you've experienced in your life, the pain, the confusion, the losses, has been part of your soul's evolution. You are not the same person you were when you first entered this transition gap. You have already shifted. You have already evolved. Now, all that remains is for you to step fully into the new timeline that Sophia has prepared for you. The new timeline is waiting for you. It is not a distant dream or a reward for good behavior. It is your natural next step. It is the life that awaits you when you embrace your true essence and release the attachments to the past. The people who will enter your life are already aligned with your highest frequency. The opportunities that will present themselves will feel effortless and in perfect alignment with your soul's purpose. You will no longer have to force things to happen. Instead, they will flow to you naturally as a result of the frequency you are holding. But there is one thing you must do: surrender. Surrender to the process. Surrender to the transformation. Do not resist the changes that are unfolding. Trust that the universe has already prepared everything for you. Your job is to maintain coherence with your highest self, to remain aligned with the new frequency you are carrying. The new timeline is already built. The people, the opportunities, and the resources are already there. All you have to do is show up, embody your true essence, and let the universe take care of the rest. Now, as we come to the end of this journey, I invite you to reflect on your own process. Share in the comments what you've experienced. What symptoms of transition have you noticed in your life? What has shifted for you during this process? Your reflections will help you anchor this transformation into your physical reality. Share your story, and know that as you do, you are strengthening the collective energy of transformation. If you feel called, subscribe to continue this journey with me. This is not the end, it's only the beginning. As you walk through this transition gap, you will need ongoing support to maintain your stable frequency. The universe is working in your favor, and together we will navigate this path, step by step, until you fully step into the new timeline that awaits you. Keep trusting, keep surrendering, and remember that you are exactly where you need to be. The best is yet to come.